Hi, today I'm making shepherd's pie. So, this is a very old fashioned dish. My mother used to make it. It basically is meat and potatoes with the little veggies in between. You're going to begin with a pound of ground hamburger. You can use lamb if you like ground lamb, if you can find that. I'm also using frozen vegetables. Now, in this case, I'm using peas and carrots. I have had recipes where they had, mixed vegetables. I'm using four, medium-sized potatoes. I'm going to make my mashed potatoes from scratch. I'm using fresh thyme, Worcestershire sauce, and onions, garlic, and I'm going to be using a little Lipton soup mix, and this is going to be a great casserole. So I'm going to start with my mashed potatoes. I'm going to go ahead and peel and chop my mashed potatoes and place them in water with 1 teaspoon of salt. Next, I'm going to chop up my vegetables, or I should say my garlic, onion, and thyme. So that's 2 tablespoons of thyme, 3 cloves of garlic, and 1 whole onion chopped, medium size. And I'm going to cook those until the onions are translucent and everything is nice and fragrant and mixed together. Next, I'm actually going to add my defrosted frozen vegetables to this saute of onions and peas and carrots. I'm just going to saute that and set that aside, for a few moments while I begin to work on the hamburger. So I'm taking this ground hamburger and adding it to the pan with 1 package of beefy onion Lipton soup. And I'm just going to use that as my seasoning. Now, I do add some black pepper to this as well. And I'm just going to cook this until it's completely done. And I'm going to drain that and then add a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce to this recipe. And you'll see that the soup mixture and the Worcestershire sauce makes it very fine. So I'm adding that hamburger back to the vegetables and the onion mixture and just mixing it all together. Next, I'm taking an ungreased casserole dish and I'm transferring the ground beef mixture into this casserole dish. Important that you just kind of spread the hamburger and vegetable mixture all throughout the casserole dish. And I want to say that this recipe feeds about 4 to 5 people. And as you can see, I'm just smoothing it out because this ground beef is underneath, but the mashed potatoes are going to go on top. Now, the 4 medium-sized potatoes only took about 20 minutes to cook, and I was able to drain them. And then I am putting them back in the pan, and I'm adding a 1/2 cup of butter, and this is unsalted butter. Next, I'm adding about 1/4 cup of whole milk, and then I add milk based on the texture of the potatoes. I'm adding salt to the potatoes and no pepper at this time, but you can always add pepper if you like. I've mashed my potatoes with my mashed potato masher. I call it a smasher sometimes. And then I'm transferring those fluffy potatoes on top of this beef and vegetable mix. And I'm just going to smooth out the creamy mashed potatoes on top. And then I'm going to bake this whole thing at 375 degrees for about 20 minutes. And I'm just going to do it until the top kind starts to have a little bit of brown, texture to it, and the potatoes have, dried enough where it almost seems like a crust on top. I've added some additional fresh thyme and when you scoop into it and you serve it, you have this incredible creamy mashed potatoes with ground beef and vegetables, and it's a very hearty meal.